To tell you the truth, my favorite useless fact is watching Victor Newman every day because I tape The Young and the Restless every day. And if people don't know, Victor Newman is a veteran actor on the soap opera The Young and the Restless. I have been watching that show because of him for many decades. I can't remember how many, but I do know that I was teaching at either Gateway or Hinckley High School, and I was watching him. So that had to be at least in the 80s. So that is my favorite useless fact, Victor Newman. Well, that would be a class that has to do with the history and culture of the Gullah Geechee people. And Gullah Geechee people, I didn't know this for a while, but they're a very distinctive group of segment of the African American community, distinctive because they've been able to hold on to so much of their African heritage. So I wrote a course about them that is still taught at Metro called the Gullah Experience. And I'm also introducing facets of their history and culture into the class I'm teaching this semester. So that's my favorite. I think I've always been in ethnic studies because when I was at UNC as an undergraduate, I was teaching, studying English. And then when I graduated, I started teaching English, but I was in literature, but I was always introducing Black literature into my classes. Because I was an English teacher, I felt like I should know something about literature of other cultures. And so I just remember that I walked into a class I had signed up for. I think it was called Introduction to Chicano Studies. Now, this was in the 1960s or 70s. And when I walked in, I just remember it seemed like there was a little hesitation in the class. I don't know what that meant, but that's something that I noticed. And then, the teacher started talking about all this literature that we would be studying. And so then after, he came up to me and he said, "Did you know this class is being taught in Spanish?" And I said, "No, I didn't." And he said, "Well, I wondered when you came in." And I said, "Well, does that mean that I have to drop the class?" And he said, "No." He said, "Because a lot of the books that I'm using are bilingual." He said, "So they're in English and you can take the class." And I did enjoy that class so much. And I remember that my favorite work that we said in there was called Bless Me Ultima. And I've never forgotten it. And it's because of that class.